Raymond, it is great to get to talk to you again. We spoke on season one at WonderCon, and so it's nice to catch up to see how things are going. And now that we're going to wrap up the second season, tell us what can we expect from the finale of season two?
Oh, I wish I could tell you. And I specifically don't want to say anything, just out of respect for all the fans that have been following us, because I guarantee that it's special. And I don't think it's an accident that they smashed the last two episodes together, because it's worthy of telling an epic story. And I'm just so impressed with what our writers and our showrunners did to really tie in everything, not only from the second season, but from everything from the first season leading up to this. It's almost like they had the grand plan in mind already. So yeah, I don't want to tease anything, because I really want to leave it up to the fans to experience it in real time. So yeah.
It's always really unfair to do some of these junkets sometimes with you guys because it's like, yeah, talk about the finale, but don't talk about the finale.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, just tell us how you feel about the finale.
Still though, how has it been doing another season of playing Ben and being able to explore his character a little bit more in various circumstances?
It's the best. It still remains my favorite jobs ever, because it feels like we're making a pilot with every episode. And it feels like we're always sort of creating a new story every time out, but it also feels like a familiar pair of shoes too. You're like, okay, I know what this feels like, but we're in a whole new leap in a whole new time period with a whole new guest cast. But that's what, for me, artistically keeps it very exciting. I don't know if I mean, I never say never, but I don't ever want to picture myself in a courtroom procedural, because I feel like I would just get sick of the same courtroom over and over. And I know myself, I have to, even when I exercise, I have to change up the scenery all the time. And this really it suits me to be in this role. So, and I really love doing it.
Yeah, you're in a very unique situation from the most of your regulars on the show because you're in all different types of places and times, and you really get to really stretch that actor muscle because you're playing different characters and then you're playing a different character within that. So it seems fun. What's the dynamic between you and the rest of the cast? Because you really we see you uh interacting a lot with Caitlin, with Mason, and then everyone else is kind of depending on the time.
Yeah, and some of my favorite times were when Nenrissa did get to be the hologram, and when Ernie got to be the hologram. Some of those are some of my favorite times, and it's also a thrill, right? Because you don't. I mean, I get to spend some time with them outside of it, because we still, grab dinner, grab lunch, and we hang out. But to have a working relationship with them is very intimate, and you get to see how they work, and you get to see where they like certain things to land, and how they like this sort of intensity, and how they prepare, and you get to see different sides of them. And I can safely say that they're the some of the best groups of some of the best people that I've ever gotten to work with, just in terms of just knowing where this story is supposed to be, right? And it just fills me with a lot of confidence to know that if we were to throw this show out there even further, that we would all somewhat land in the same place, because I am watching a show in real time about a headquarters, because I read it, but I don't know what they're doing. So as I'm watching it at home, I'm like, oh, that's what's going. I can't believe Ian just did that. Like, wow. So I am so involved in their story and their show, and you just hope that when those two worlds converge, that we're finding ourselves on the same plane. And when Nanrissa and Ernie and Mason are able to join in the leaps, I'm just like, oh, cool. We're in lockstep. This is great.
Yeah, you guys seem like a really fun cast. Having getting to meet you guys in person was a joy because you guys were all kind of fun. I got some stories about how Ernie he knows a lot of fun after lunch. That's what I was told by Mason. So and playing all these roles, do you have a favorite from season two or even overall? I mean, in these next two episodes, we get to see you as a stock car driver and as a fireman. So what was your favorite this season?
I mean, those are like the last two leaves are like the cool like boy dreams, right? Like it's just like, I want to be a race car driver, I want to be a firefighter, and like it's just like as like I'm permanently stuck in my mind as like being in sixth grade. So I'm like, this is the two coolest leaps ever. But I distinctly, there's a video of when I was graduating preschool of me saying on stage, holding a mic, when I grow up, that I want to be a firefighter. And the fact that I got to live out that dream and to see myself and to take a selfie and to send to my mom was very special, because I'm like, Mom, look, I'm a firefighter. And I can do that with this show. I'm a news reporter one turn and a firefighter in the next. But what's exciting is the next two coming up are my childhood dreams come true. So I would say those upcoming are my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, we can't really say much more else other than tune in and find out. Does he make it home? Are we still stuck in another time? We'll find out.
I don't know.
Raymond, I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me. Thank you for the show, and thank you for your kind words.
Thank you so much, man. And it was great talking to you.
Yeah, we'll see you again.